two, three. Right. Hey, what's up, Jake? Yeah, I'm a big Final Fantasy X fan too. In fact, I might get a Final Fantasy X tattoo next. So like, this is number one, this is number two, and I'm thinking of maybe I know what I'm getting from 10 if I were to get it. And what's up, Brian Booney, 2010, awesome name. Hope you guys are doing well. And hopefully enough, a lot of people show up today. Well, if you guys got any questions, feel free to throw them out. I'm on the Futaba Palace section of Persona 5 currently. It's getting better. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good level. Everything will be all right. Yeah, I know. Need more people to show up to the Twitch streams. Yeah, Cerberus. Yeah, please tell everyone what they missed. We had a bit of a funny encounter with Sephiroth here. And we did some leveling up. And then tomorrow we will be beating Kingdom Hearts 2. And then I don't know what I'll play next on Twitch, but yeah. And I don't know, Commander, just another day. Oh, by the way, Cerberus, I did finish filming those 2 videos that I told you about. But I got to go out to another doctor's appointment, so they'll probably be up. I'm probably gonna upload them after tomorrow's stream, but they are done. They are done recording, so they're good. You pre-ordered Crimson Desert. It cost you $90. Damn. So what kind of games am I going to play? Well, Brian Booney, it kind of depends on what the people want me to play on my streams. Like, I did a poll, and they voted on Kingdom Hearts, and surprisingly, only one person has showed up for most of those streams. So, we'll see what we stream next on Twitch. I'm leaning more towards God of War 3. I'm leaning more because of the recent announcement, but, we'll see what happens. You're getting the smaller collector's edition? Okay. I'll have to check those out to see if that's something I want to get, so. I got to witness Brian getting his... It wasn't really ass-kicking. It was more him cheating. There's a difference between getting your ass kicked and cheating, and it was more cheating. Can you do your top 5 science fiction games? I don't have a clue. I'd have to look through... science fiction games? I guess Mass Effect 2's up there. Maybe a couple Star Wars games. I'd really have to sit down and think about that, but that'd be kind of hard. And fantasy games? Persona 5, Final Fantasy 10 and 7 are in there. Ni no Kuni's in there. Probably Final Fantasy 6 is in there. Just name a few. Have I played Skyrim or Oblivion? No, Jake, I've never played either of those games. And you played Jedi Star Wars Survivor? Yeah, it's a really good game. I really like it. I think the gameplay is better in Survivor, but I do think the story's a lot tighter in Fallen Order. So I think Fallen Order has the slightly better story, but the gameplay in Survivor is definitely better. They definitely made proper improvements. How do I feel about the God of War trilogy getting remade? Well, listen, I'm already excited for it. I've done a whole video. I'm excited. I'm excited to replay these, again in a remake form. And I filmed a video earlier today just going over 5 things I want to see in it. It's kind of a mixture of 5 things I want to see in it and a few things I don't want to see in it. But I'm sure that's like 3 years away. I think this is a good delay for like the follow up to Ragnarok. I'm pretty sure we won't get that this generation. I think they want to save that for maybe early next gen. And I'm totally cool with that. So they're getting this trilogy out, and this will buy the time to get the next God of War game after Ragnarok prepared for early PlayStation 6, which hopefully won't be out till I say 2028. Or they've said they might push it back to 2029 or 2030. But I do not think we will get another true sequel to God of War Ragnarok until next generation, which I think that's how it should be done. Because you kind of want to have a really good game early in its lifespan to encourage people to want to play it. However, they might do what they did similarly to God of War Ragnarok and make 2 different versions of it. So there's a version on PlayStation 5 and a version of PlayStation 4. They might do the same thing with the next main sequel to God of War. Well, they'll have one for PlayStation 5 and one for PlayStation 6, but it's kind of messy. Can you make a video ranking your top 5 favorite comic book movies? I know 100% I've done that. 100%. I know I've already done that. I probably know off the top of my head. It's like comic book movies, it's easy. Just Dark Knight is number 1, easy. Spider-Man 2 is up there. I want to say, see, definitely those 2. I think I'd put maybe Man of Steel up there. Oh, definitely X-Men Days of Futures Past is in there. And maybe Captain America Winter Soldier. I think that's the top 5. I don't know if it's in that particular order, but it's probably those top 5 when I really think about it. Because definitely Dark Knight and Spider-Man, those are undisputed. I would say Captain America Winter Soldier because that's, in my opinion, the best Marvel film in the MCU ever. Days of Futures Past is easily the best team of any superhero film I've ever seen. Avengers is total shit compared to Days of Futures Past. Like, Days of Futures Past goes dark, while Avengers is for little 5-year-old kids on sugar hives. And yeah, so it'd probably be those 5. Have I had having fun in Revelations 2 raid mode? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not familiar with that one, but I'm sure it has one. Top 2 characters, Claire and Jill. Is Expedition 3 overrated? I wouldn't say it's overrated. It just has like one it had a back-breaking issue that I just couldn't overcome, and because of that, I gave up on the game. I'm not saying it's overrated. I'm sure like a lot of people like it. I'm just not sure it's gonna be one of those games we'll be talking about 10 years from now. Like, just because it got like a lot of awards at the award show, does it really mean it's gonna be one of those all-time great games? I don't know about that. I gave it a try. I was liking it, but it had one massive big problem that held it back from being one of the all-time great games. And I was just like, you know what? I've played enough of this game. I'll never beat it, and I don't ever want to play it again. But I know why a lot of people like it, and I respect that. Do I think God of War Ragnarok needs a sequel? It doesn't. Well, that's an odd question, Jake, because we already know it's getting a sequel, and odds are it's going to be following Atreus' story. So that question kind of answers itself. Of now, are you asking, do we need a story that follows Kratos' story? I would say no. But we already know the next story is going to follow Atreus. Like, that was confirmed years ago. I really don't think we can use Kratos any farther. And so you really want to follow Atreus' story, and that's how I think it should go. So, if you want to get Kratos in Egypt, the way I would do it, and I think I did a video talking about this, was that you're going to focus on Atreus for a while. He's with Agaboda, and he goes to Egypt, and at some point he gets captured, beat up, defeated, but Agabota manages to escape. She has to go back to the North's realm, and she says, Kratos, I need your help. These group of gods have kidnapped Atreus. I need your help to free him. And then that's the catalyst for either Kratos or Freya, probably just Kratos, to go to Egypt. And then, he'll kill a few people, he'll free Atreus, and then we go back to him being the lead. And so you have a weird scenario where Atreus is older, he's the lead, and it's really Kratos as a supporting character. So Kratos becomes an NPC, which I think would be cool. Because I really did not think that we were going to be able to play as Atreus and that his gameplay style was going to be as fun as it was. I really did not expect to play as him, but I really enjoyed his sections. Some people didn't. I personally did, so that means that you actually can have a God of War game that doesn't center around Kratos. And you can put him in a supporting role, and it works. That's what I expect the follow-up to Ragnarok to be. But again, we're getting this trilogy, Greek trilogy. That's to buy the time until the next true sequel comes out. That's how I think it'll play out. Red Dead Redemption 2 is absolutely worth playing before you die. Give it a chance. I'm good. I tried playing that for like an hour. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. I'm good. Do a tier list of animated films? God, that would be hard. What videos did I record? Well, I was talking to servers. Pretty much, it's like 5 things I want in a God of War sequel. I mean, what I want in the God of War Greek Trilogy remakes. And a video kind of going over whether or not this year will probably be one of the biggest years of gaming for me. Because I had a chance to look back at, like, all the games that I've played over the last decade. And they don't really compare to how many games I plan to play this year, which is well over 20. Which is kind of crazy, because I look back, like, before even COVID, and I don't think I've had a year where I had that many games. I think I looked back, I think the closest year where I had that many games, even more, surprisingly, was actually 2010. And just looking through my rent history for GameFly, which I've been with GameFly for 16 years now, I played over 40 games in 2010. But to be fair, that was when I had just one job, and I just graduated high school 2 years before, and had just gotten out of college. So I had a lot of time to play a lot of games, and boy, that was a crazy year. So favorite female favorite female conduct out of the 3 we saw in the series, who were the good guys like Lucy, Quo, and Fetch. Okay, you're asking me who's my favorite out of those 3, Lucy, Quo, or Fetch? Who was my favorite conduit out of those 2? Or those 3? I guess Fetch. I think she was probably the best out of those 3. But you're forgetting, yeah, because Nyx and Lucy were kind of like, one was cold and one was hot, but they had like purposes. And I think Fetch just had was probably the most dynamic character out of those 3, so I'd go with Fetch. Spider-Man and Batman, who wins? Okay, well, Brian, you have to be very, very specific. Are we talking Bruce's Batman? Are we talking about Batman Beyond? Are we talking about Spider-Man? Are we talking about Miles Morales? Like, you got to be very, very specific. You can't just say Batman and Spider-Man, because there are many Batman and there are many Spider-Man, and depending on which one you pick, you're gonna have different results. Do a tier list of Disney animation. That would be tough, but you know what? That could work, maybe. I'll have to think about that. That's tough. John Cena as Kratos? No, I think he's too old. And he's too broken down. Like he physically can't do it anymore. Like I don't expect him to do a lot of physical movies moving forward. Like, if you've seen what he looks like now, like he can barely walk. So I don't expect him, like, whoever the guy they're playing Kratos is gonna have to do a lot of physical things, and I'm sure he'll do it. So no, John Cena would not make for a good Kratos. However, I did see a custom fan picture of what he might look like as M. Bison, and I think he would have looked like a great M. Bison. Like, if you see that image, he looks better than the actor they picked to play Bison. and it's already got a bunch of wrestlers in there, so I think he would have been a better choice. Like he looks like M Bison. So, what year was it when you had your depression? Oh, that was probably 2010, 10ish. That was a bad year. A lot of fucked up shit happened. And then there's probably 2016 when my dad passed, but that was 10 years ago, so I think that was righteously so. God, Godzilla X Kong New Empire is way better than Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Well, I haven't seen that movie, but I'll take your word. Just because Revenge of the Fallen is shit and it killed Michael Jackson, so I'll just take your word for that. You mean Lucy and Nix were good in Infamous 2? I mean, bearing Quo, cracking under the fear, enjoying the beast. Yeah, but she saw, you know, she did kind of turn good at the end. I mean, she understood why, so it wasn't all bad. And Kratos in God of War, but he's in Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, what about that? Yeah, he was in Mortal Kombat 9. I mean, the year you had your depression about the worst game ever. Oh, that was 2010. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That was a bad year. Ended a 10-year-long friendship. I mean, I literally walked into the guy's house, punched him, and walked out, and I never spoke to him since. I felt justified in doing it. I did not want to play that game. Just something about it felt toxic. And I spent 70 fucking hours trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with it, and it was the worst game I'll ever play. Put me in a 6-month depression. Didn't play a single fucking game. And it was Hannah Montana that saved me. I was like, my God. I was like, I gotta play something that's worse. I gotta play something. What's the worst possible game there could ever be? A Hannah Montana. Oh my God. Hannah Montana's a better game. Hannah Montana's a better game than what the hell I just played. So I know we're past the worst of it. And then I played Ni no Kuni. And that, like, revived my love for RPGs. And I've never turned back since. What is the best Heath Ledger? Who's the best? What's the best, Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill? Okay, if you're talking about Joker, then I'd say Mark Hamill. I'm sorry. Like, Heath Ledger's great and all, but you're not top of Mark Hamill. No, my dad died in 2016. Not 2011. That would have been crazy. Did you know that there's supposed to be a Snyder Justice League trilogy? Yeah, but it would have been crap. Because that it just wasn't working. You were born in 2010? Damn. God, you're only 15? Maybe 16 now? I don't know. Damn. That makes me feel old. How did you not get in trouble with the law after you punched it? I think... Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. When I think back to it, he could have pressed charges, but we were both in our early 20s, so I don't know. I think maybe he felt bad or he maybe underestimated the situation, but I don't know. 2010 was also the best year for Toy Story fans like you, Toy Story 3. And yeah, I agree. Yeah. You hate the Joker. Well, I guess everyone has their vices. You were born in 27. Damn, I was in high school. Okay, and you're turning 16? Yeah. Yes, I did. I snapped it, but I never gave it back. I mean, so I went into his house, technically assaulted him, broke his property, and then walked out. And I don't know. I guess he just never pressed charges. But, we don't need to talk about that. That was 15 years ago. As far as I know, the guy might be dead right now, so who knows? I don't know. I haven't heard or seen or heard from him since, so don't need to talk about that. Did I like Tenkaichi? No. Oh, God, no. Hell no. I don't know, Commander Shepard. Are you just trying to get a rise out of me today? Because I was in a really good mood. Today. You were born on March 23rd, 2022. You'll be turning 24 next month. Wow. Damn. 2002. Wow. That was an interesting... Wow. You're just fucking with you. Do you like chicken Alfredo? I guess. I mean, it's not one of my main meals. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I haven't in a very, very long time. Very long time. Not for the lack of trying, but heck, Vegas women, huh? They got standards that are completely unreasonable. Well, congratulations, Bonnie. Congratulations. Most of us don't. The funny thing is that our millennials, they said like by I think they said like 20, 30, 24, like half of us won't even have kids or be in relationships. So it's like, yeah. What would you change about Mass Effect 2? Nothing. It was a great game. Year of Attack of the Clones, Spider-Man 1, and so much. Oh, yeah. Oh. And Jake, you were born October 7th, 2005, some day before Madagascar released in theaters. Damn. Man, just hearing that makes me feel so old, because I can kind of remember that period of my life. Jeez, I was maybe a freshman in high school? Yeah. When that. Oh, I wish so too, man. Trust me, I'm trying to get a dog right now, but I wish so too. I think I'd be in a mentally happier place if I was dating someone. Have I seen Animal House? I think maybe, but that was probably a long time ago. To be fair, I know of that movie, but time didn't fly so fast for me. Lifelong journey, at least. What's your favorite video game gun? Jeez, that's tough. Video game gun? I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. Gun? I don't know. I'm sure if I had one, I'd have a replica of it. So I can't really say. Like if you said like favorite like melee weapon, I have that because I have a replica of that. So your battle rifle from Halo. Oh, okay. Top 5 favorite video game guns. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. That's tough. It might just be a bunch of Ratchet and Clank games guns. But you haven't played Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or 3. I better not get the upcoming. No, go ahead and get it. Because dude, if you get Volume 2 and then just get Volume 1 at the same time, I mean, there's plenty of copies. You don't have to not get it just because you didn't play the first set of games. I mean, heck, if you get it, just buy it at the same time. I'm sure they got copies. Have I played Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2? I know I've probably played the first one, but not the second one. The BFG. No. The Big Force gun it wouldn't be on my list. When will the Halo game release on PlayStation? I don't know. Sometime this year, I'm sure. You have Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation Remastered? Yeah, this came out years ago. Why? Why are you surprised? This is old. This is like 2, maybe 3 years old. This isn't a surprise. This has been out for a long time. Are you going to play Grand Theft Auto 6 and Crimson Desert? Yeah, I'll probably play and rent those games. Yeah, of course I'll play. Yeah, they're on my list of games to play. Halo Infinite from Xbox One. What about it? I didn't play that game. Do I prefer PlayStation 3 remaster? It's the same game. Like, it's a remaster, so the only difference is, I guess the 5 might be look slightly better, but not much. The game looks good at 1080p, better than PlayStation 3. I mean, it's a good game. Well, I can't say why, because I didn't play it. I didn't play that Halo. I only own one. I mean, technically, I have the Master Chief Collection on my PC, which has, I think, Halos 1, 2, and 3, ODST, and Reach. And I own a copy of 5, but I never played Infinite because I don't have an Xbox. And I didn't need to play it. What if anyone isn't a fan of Grand Theft Auto and he gets tired of hearing it before Grand Theft Auto 6 meme? Who knows? Who knows? That game will make a butt ton of money. I'm sure. Crimson Desert is your most anticipated game of 2016. So much I pre-ordered the deluxe edition. Okay, that's good. Mine is Control Resonant. That looks good. But I play Halo 5 The Guardians. Yeah. Am I going to play? I don't know about get the collection edition, but if to play it, yeah, like I tell you, like it's like just to knock it out, of the way. I'm not sure if we went over it last weekend or last Wednesday, but here's a list of every single game I plan to play this year, and that's just right now. There might be other games that get added. We got Control Resonant, Marvel's Wolverine, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, Dragon Quest VII, which I currently already have, 007 First Light, Resident Evil Requiem, Staros, Lego Batman, Grand Theft Auto 6, Phantom Blade Zero, Halo Campaign Evolved, Star Wars Galactic Racer, Pragma, Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, Kenya, Crimson Moon trailer, Beast of Reincarnation, Project Wilderness, Metal Gear Solid Collectors Volume 2, Castlevania Belmont Curse, Marvel Taken Fighting Souls, and Crimson Desert. So it's a big list. If I got Metal Gear Solid Volume 1 and 2 sometime this year, it means you'll have Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and Peace Walker. Yeah. I mean, that's what it'll mean. The OG Dune is one of the greatest books of all time. I won't argue. I mean, I've read just maybe the first two Dune books, and they're all right. Is Halo 5 bad? I mean, people say it's bad. I think it was okay. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, it's one of the weaker Halo games. I mean, I wouldn't pick it over, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Reach. So it makes it one of the weaker games. But I'm not sure I'd say it was bad. I view the PlayStation 5 the same as PlayStation 4 Pro, but on steroids. You could say that. You could say the PlayStation 5 is more just kind of like a souped up 4. I agree. On your channel, your name, you have my name on it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Your name? What do you mean? What does Crimson Desert remind you of? Looks like mature Zelda Tears. I mean, I never played the game. I just the visual aesthetics of it. Hey, Jackie Boy, welcome to the stream. Because it plays PlayStation 4 games on like PlayStation 4. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the biggest improvements that it had was that it was backwards compatible. Like, that was the only flaw of the 4 is that it couldn't play PlayStation 3 games, so it was locked to one generation. That's about its only weakness. But it was wildly successful. And I think it was only recently I think it was last year they actually stopped making stuff for it. It chose Bryant. Well, it's my name too, so I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't pick the name. My parents did, so heck, blame them. I think Crimson Desert has potential to be Game of the Year. Well, I mean, heck, if you think it'll be a 10 out of 10, that's good. I don't go into any game thinking it'll be 10 out of 10. That's a very, very difficult list. And most games that get there, I don't think would. I don't think I've ever played a game since I started that list. I went in and I said, this is going to be a 10 out of 10. It's typically something that you go and you think it's going to be really good, and then there's something you think is going to be really bad, and it surprises you. You should give Madagascar 2 a second chance. No, I'm good. I don't do Madagascar. How's life? Well, Foster, it's it's going. Still breathing. Heart's still beating. So I can't complain because there are people in worse states. So heck, I try not to complain. We look like twins. Doubtful. I don't know. I mean, you look new. I doubt it. Just because we have the same name, I doubt we look like twins. I don't have a twin. What is my prediction for a reaction to Resident Evil 9? I hope it's good. It looks very good. I mean, looks good. I like what they're doing. 2 different characters, 2 different styles of campaign, 2 different gameplay styles. What more could you ask for? It looks fine. I think I'm gonna have a great time playing as Leon, very action-packed, and I think playing as the other character, whose name I still don't know, hopefully she'll be a solid character and it'll be a little bit more suspenseful and classic horror. And if that's what they want to do, then that's how you do it. With her, you please the Generation 1 fans. With Leon, you please the second generation Resident Evil fans. Everybody wins. Do you got something for Christmas? Wow, well, Brian Bonnie, that's a late question. Maybe I got a few things for Christmas, but I can't really remember what they were. They weren't much. So you did the good path in every Infamous game. Typically when it comes to Infamous, I would do my first playthrough, I play as a hero, and then my second playthrough, I'd be a villain. And that's typically how I do for all games that do that. The only time I didn't do that was probably BioShock. I've never harvested a little sister. I don't even know what the animation looks like. Not even out of curiosity. I've never harvested a little sister. I don't even know what that looks like. I just can't imagine harvesting a little girl. Maybe some people did it for fun. I don't know, but I never did it. Do I think the slower paced Grace section? Cool. I think, I'm pretty sure her section, Grace's sections, if that's her name, I'm sure it'll be a little bit slower. I mean, she doesn't look like much of a combatant, so. Have I ever read The Wheels of Time? No, Jake, I've never read that book. I'm not familiar with that. Alright, we got another 27 more minutes. I think Persona 5 Royal has a better battle system than 10. It's the same battle system. I mean, it's turn-based. The only problem, it's the same. It's literally the same. I think the only difference is that you can switch out party members on the fly in 10. Because you have 7 characters to rotate, and sometimes each member is given a different role. And so, I think the thing about Persona is that perhaps they didn't do that because Joker had access to multiple personas. So if you found yourself in a situation where you didn't have a team that was perhaps best suited for the situation, you could just switch out Joker's persona to a persona that could give you the advantage, and then you can work off from there. But 7, heck, you have access to all 7 of them at one time. So you can't say it's better because it's literally the same, but just 10 has a little bit more flexibility. Who's my favorite singer? Michael Jackson, easy. I fixed my electric bike. I have a fun time with it. Okay, that's cool. I've never even been on one of those, but I've been curious about it. But those things are kind of expensive. Ever heard of Tame Impala? No, Foster. I've never heard of it. I get tired of hearing Morgana calling Skull pathetic every single time Skull misses an attack. Well, I'm not familiar with him doing that because, I'd say past the first palaces, I never really used Skull all that much. He was not in my in game team, to be fair. What games are you going to get the collection edition? I don't know. I don't know what'll get a collection edition or not. I have no idea. What's my biggest problem with Assassin's Creed Shadows? I don't have a problem with that game. It was fine. I mean, I guess. Oh, okay. Now I know. I think my biggest problem, I think story wise, is that it just doesn't. I think it doesn't do a good enough job of explaining the conflict between the Assassin's Creed, the Assassins and the Templars. It doesn't really explain the conflict very well. Like, it doesn't do a good enough job connecting to it. And so, literally, it very rarely brings it up. And so, it's one of those games where it could have been made by another like publisher, developer, and then they added Assassins and like mentions of Templars as like a last addition. But it really doesn't connect to the wide scale conflict. That's about it. But overall, gameplay wise, it's perfectly fine. But just story wise, it's not the best Assassin's Creed game story that connects to the conflict between the Assassins and the Templars. I mean, that's its only problem. They're very rarely brought up in the entirety of that game, so. Skull is like a clone of Yuja from Jujutsu Kaisen in a good way. Yeah, I guess. Do you have Huntrix in Sarja Boys? No, Brian Bonnie 2010, I do not. I've already seen that. Yeah, the show that's like in 3D-ish, but it's like a Mortal Kombat tournament. I've seen that. I've seen that multiple times. I just hated the end. I mean, I hated what happened at the end. I didn't hate the ending. I wasn't happy with what happened to the main character. But I've seen it multiple times. It's great. Do top 5 franchises you've retired from? That's tough. I mean, retired from? I don't know. Do I own a bootleg copy of The Dark Knight? Not anymore. That's almost 20 years ago. My top 5 favorite PS2 games: Ratchet & Clank, Going Commando, Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars Battlefront, Get a God of War, Grayson. Okay. Legend. Okay. Alright, Comic Gamer, that's a good list. That's a very strong list. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a. Yeah, that could be something. Maybe I could do a list of my top 10 favorite games of each generation. I'm not sure if I've done that one before. Heck, with that, I get like 6, maybe 5 videos out of that. Just do one for each generation, where it's PlayStations 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then maybe do one for PSP. I didn't get enough games for Vita, so. Hey guys, I'll be back. I'm just gonna go grab some water. Your favorite PlayStation 3 game of all time is Call of Duty Black Ops 1? Well, I would say that's probably my second favorite Call of Duty game of all time, under only World at War. So, but that's one of the all-time best. Although I haven't played a Call of Duty game in a long time. Man, chat got. No, Commander Shepard, I did not see any teasers for Black Myth. I couldn't finish the first Black Myth Wukong, so not interested in any sequel or follow-up. Not interested. Alright, we got about 17 more minutes left. And you guys got quiet. Man. Got nothing else to say? So you think Infamous could do another game given how Second Son ended? No, you technically they could if they want to, but I think they're going to be focused on making another Ghost game, which I think was fine. Get one more Ghost game and then they'll move on. I think Sucker Punch likes to move on from one franchise and then don't go back. So like they did, like they finished Sly Cooper, then they moved on to Infamous, and then they moved on to Ghost, and I think you'll get it at minimum 3 games before they work on something else. No, I will not be playing Kingdom Hearts 4 when it comes out. But I'll be in my 40s by the time that comes out. You know, it's funny. Me and Service were talking about this during today's stream. No one knows what Kingdom Hearts is. They can't even explain what it is. You think Quo from Infamous 2 was a good fighter with her part? Actually, adapted rather quickly with her ice powers, so I'd say so. She got used to them and got pretty creative, so. Metal Gear Solid 3, you heard it's a masterpiece. Well, I think it is, but heck, it's everyone's opinion. What someone thinks is a masterpiece, another person might not think it's any good. Oh dear. Hey, hey guys, I just got an update on something. I gotta cut this stream out a little sooner. Hope you guys don't mind. But giving you guys a heads up. Hopefully, some of you will be able to join me in tomorrow's live stream on Twitch when I beat Kingdom Hearts 2. So that stream will start at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll play for a whole hour. Hopefully, it won't take me that long to beat Kingdom Hearts 2, and then we'll do whatever we can afterwards, and then think about what to play next. But again, I do apologize. I just got an update on something and I need to go check it out. It's kind of important. So, thank you guys for stopping by in the stream. I hope you guys hope great rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys next time. So, till tomorrow.